Hello everyone. So now we are going to discuss about session 4, how we can provision EC2 instances using Terraform on AWS. So in this session we are going to see that how we can write down an script. Using that script, how we can launch an AWS EC2 instance on AWS cloud provider. So what we are going to do here, you see we have this EC2 service. We can see this service here also. What we want to do, that how automatically an instance is going to launch on AWS using Terraform. So this is a first major exercise, which is actually the main motive of this tool, that how we can create a resource on AWS automatically using Terraform. So what we are actually going to do, this is our AWS account. This is our AWS provider. This is my tool. Name of my tool is Terraform. What we have done using this main.tf script. So this main.tf script we have made in previous exercises. There we have written provider information, where I have written IAM information. And this information we have provided, and using this information my Terraform has already been connected, first with this cloud provider and second with this account. And now we are ready to provision those resources on this AWS account, which is the main motive of this tool, which is the main motive of this course as well. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make another TF file, although it is not necessary to make a new file. We can write down that code in this file also, but this is not a good practice. Always, whenever we are going to make a resource, try to make a new file. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a file called as instance.tf, and here I have to provide all this information regarding what kind of machine I want on this account, what kind of OS I want in that machine. Machine means EC2 instance. EC2 instance means virtual machine. And I can also specify that how many that kind of instances we want to launch. So it means using this code, this is going to be my code or script, and I'm going to make one instance, and we will see that how we can make multiple instances also. It means we are going to launch infrastructure. So it means using code, I'm going to generate infrastructure with the help of this tool. So it means this tool is going to called as IAC. It means infrastructure as code. So this is that main purpose of these tools. Like they are going to read code, and in code you have specified all your requirements which you want to see in that resource, and then it is going to create those resources. So EC2 instances, S3 buckets, RDS, VPC, subnet, internet gateway security groups, all these are called as infrastructure in terms of cloud provider, which can be launched or create using code. That's why these tools are called as infrastructure as a code. So this thing we are going to see in this session. So what we required, so in that case we are not required to remember anything. Everything is available on Terraform environment. So how we can do that? We need to just go for Google. We need to just go for AWS instance Terraform, and we'll find out this place where they are going to give me a template for launching or creating a Terraform an instance on AWS account. So if you'll go there, you will find out different detailed information. But as of now, for this first demonstration regarding this resource creation, I'm going to take a minimum code. So this is minimum requirement. When you are going to launch instance manually, let me just show you that thing first. That if you want to launch an instance manually, so you need to go there in your account, in your console, and you need to click on launch instance button, and here you have to give an instance name. So I'm going to give my EC2 instance. So this is one information, although this is not mandatory information, but mandatory information is that you have to provide your operating system and you have to choose the specific version of that operating system. Then this operating system and this version and this region, based upon these three combination, it is going to give you a Amazon machine image AMI, and it is going to give you AMI ID. So for this OS Ubuntu, for this version, for this region, you will get a unique ID. So it means for all operating system, for all different kind of region, for all different kind of versions, it is going to give you a different unique AMI ID. So that we are requiring, and the very first mandatory information for launching your AWS instance is your OS selection. So you have selected that. Second mandatory information is that your instance type. So you have to choose your instance type. So in free trial account, I'm also using free trial account. So this t2.micro, which is giving you one virtual core CPU and 1 GB RAM, which is more than sufficient for this kind of demonstration. So it is going to give me a virtual machine which will have one CPU and 1 GB of RAM. These are minimum information required to launch an EC2 instance. And then you can click on launch instance. That is going to launch. Let me choose the default one. This is not mandatory when you are going to launch an EC2 instance using Terraform. So you see my instance has been started. This I have made manually, but I don't want to create this manually. My tool, which is Terraform, should create that. Okay, so let it be keep running, and I'm going to show you that how I can create a new one. Or let me delete this first, so that you are not going to get any kind of confusion. So this manual instance that I have made, I'm going to delete that as well. So it is going to shutting down. It is going to be terminated soon. Same information you will find out here as well. Like when you are going to write down your EC2 instance or configure your AWS EC2 instance resource using Terraform, you will be requiring this minimum information. So what we need to do in this same sub project where my main.tf file is and where my this provider is, I need to make a new file here inside this session. I'm going to give the name as instance.tf. This file as per my diagram. As per my diagram, I'm just making this file now. So the code need to be this one. And then we need to choose, or we need to configure them according to our need. So I need to give whatever I have find out from my account. So I'll go again for launch. So you see this has been terminated. Now I'll go for launch. I need to go to Ubuntu. I'm going to launch an Ubuntu instance using Terraform. And region is this. Version is this. So this is going to be the AMI. AMI means Amazon Machine Image ID. That I need to provide it here. And second thing, that instance type I need to provide like this, and the name that I want to give to my EC2 instance, I'm going to give EC2 instance Terraform. It could be small letters also, that doesn't mean. And then I'm going to save it. Okay. Then simply we need to go to our terminal. So now what kind of command we need to run regarding this project now? So first of all, I need to check whether the syntax that I have written in both of these files, because Terraform is going to work on directory level. Like if you are in a directory, which is session 2 in our case, no matter how many files you have placed inside that, it is going to check the syntax of each and every file when you are going to fire the command which is terraform validate. So that terraform validate command is going to validate your syntax. Have you not missed any bracket, double quotes, or that particular thing is available or not? All these things are going to check in terraform validate. So the very first command after writing this kind of code, you should check the syntax error and syntax validity using terraform validate command. And if everything is going to be okay, you should get a success message. So you see I'm getting success message. It means my syntax is good. I don't have any syntax error in both of those files. And once I have checked that my syntax is correct, so it is a good practice that before provisioning any resources, before firing the command to provision the resources on AWS, you should check that how many resources or what kind of resources it is going to create on my AWS account. Because if mistakenly we have launched that kind of script which is going to make unlimited or very high number of resources, then it is going to be a disaster for you, because it is going to be a paid service. So the command for checking that how many resources it is going to make on my AWS account is terraform plan. So if you're going to run this command, it is going to tell you that how many resources it is going to add, how many resources it is going to change, how many resources it is going to destroy, and what are those resources and what are the configuration of those resources. All these things will come with this command. You see, it is going to tell you that 1 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy, because we are making a resource. We are not changing anything, we are not deleting anything. And here you will see that it is going to tell you that it is going to make a resource which is AWS instance. Then its specifications also, like first specification, that what is going to be that AMI for this instance, what is going to be the type of this instance, and what is going to be the name of this instance. So all this information and remaining parameters, since we have not set them, so these will be taken by default. And then if you are okay with this plan, then you can simply go for execute it, which is going to be done using terraform apply command. Now if you are going to run this command, it will ask a final confirmation from you. It will wait for your final yes response. So let's see. So it is going to now start executing that, but before that it is going to ask a final confirmation from me. So it will ask a message, enter a value if you want to execute this. Yes, so you see it is asking Terraform will perform the action described above, only yes will be accepted to approve. If you are going to do anything apart from small yes, if you are going to put anything apart from that, it is going to discard this command. If you want to accept that, just type yes and hit enter. Although you have an option that you can give whenever you are going to give Terraform apply command, you can give hyphen auto hyphen approve. Okay, like you can give. So you see that my resource has been created. If you'll go to that account now, if you'll go to my account and if you'll go to instances, if you're going to refresh that, you see a new instance has been created. Name of that instance is EC2 instance Terraform, which has been created and which is running now. And you see that we are also getting corresponding message. Apply complete, resources one added. Okay, so using this way you can create an EC2 instance on your AWS account. Now I was telling you that if you want to avoid to give this manual entry, because this is manual entry, and if you are going to use this automation tool, so they should not wait your response. They should not wait for your response of this kind. So in that case you can give this option. So if you have given this option auto approve, in that case it is not going to ask yes, it is directly start implementing those changes. But it is a critical command, it is a critical parameter, because this is one more chance that Terraform is giving you to check whether you want to go for that or not. But here you are losing that chance, but it is going to give you automation. So it is your choice that whether you want to go for auto approve or not. This command we are going to use, this option we are going to use when we are going to destroy the resources. So for this also I have made this exercise. So now you can relate that all these steps we have done in this experiment as well, in this hands-on as well. So what we have done, we have made this folder earlier in session 2 and we have used in session 3 as well. In session 2 we have made main.tf. So these already we have done, so no need to be focused majorly on this part. And we have provided my Terraform provider information. I have provided my AMI, sorry, not AMI, IAM user account information. I have provided the reason, access key, secret key, all these things we have done in previous session. Then we have initialized also, that we have also done in previous session. And this thing we have done, we have made instance.tf file and we have put this kind of information. Not exactly same because my AMI was not same, but this is the code which is going to be required to launch an instance in Terraform. And after writing that code, what we have done, we have seen the plan that what it is going to do. So this command we have executed, and then finally if I am satisfied that yes, it is going to do the right thing on my account, so finally I have fired this command. With this command I can give hyphen auto hyphen approve also, and then finally we have verified that on my AWS management console that yes, my Terraform is working. Now one more beauty of Terraform is that whatever resource you have created or provision or added using Terraform, you can easily delete them also with the same script using Terraform. You have to simply write down this command. If you want to clean up all resources or delete all resources, you have to just run this command. It is going to delete all resources that has been made in that project and which are currently running. So you can launch this command, and with this command also you can give this option hyphen auto hyphen approve. So this is going to delete all your resources that has been provisioned using that project. So simply you have to run. So you see, as of now my instance is up and running, and now when I'm going to fire that command, you will see that it will start stopping, and after some time it is also going to be terminated like this. So let's see that how that is going to happen. So what I need to do, I need to just run this command, and this time I'm going to give this auto approve, and then see the magic. So it will start destroying your resources. So as of now we have made only one resource, which is an EC2 instance. If you have made other resources also, like S3 bucket, that we are going to see in upcoming session, and VPC, all these things. So all those things together it is going to destroy using this command. Whatever we have made in this project, we can destroy them using a destroy command. Although we can destroy remaining some chosen resources also, not all, some specific kind of resources. With that we are going to see in upcoming session, that how we can decide that only these resources are going to create when we are going to make multiple resources in that project using a single Terraform command. So that thing we are going to see in that particular session. So you see my machine is going to be deleted. In between, if you're going to see your console, you see that status is coming as shutting down, and after some time it will be terminated also. Once this command execution will be completed, you see destroy complete, one resource has been destroyed. If you're going to see now, if we are going to refresh this, you will find that instance has been terminated. So this is that actual use case that we have seen in this experiment or in this session, that how we can actually provisioning a resource using Terraform. Because Terraform, that's why the Terraform is called as system provisioning tool, which is going to provision the resources in your provided AWS provider configuration. So that is all about for this session. In next session we are going to see that how we can create S3 buckets. So see you in the next session. All the best.